Plastic surgery has become an undeniable trend in showbiz, with many stars opting to enhance their appearance to maintain their status. However, these procedures don't always lead to the desired outcomes. From unpredictable complications to serious long-term consequences, these stories highlight that the pursuit of perfect beauty can come with unforeseen risks. Do you think plastic surgery is worth a try? Comment 1 if you agree, 0 if you don't. Enjoy the video and don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to support us. Let's dive into these shocking stories and draw your own lessons. Courtney Barnes has become an internet sensation, known by the nickname Ms. Miami, thanks to her striking appearance and seductive physique, particularly her massive backside, which turns heads wherever she goes. However, her fame didn't come from natural efforts, but rather from a fateful decision she made in the past. At the age of 22, Courtney opted for illegal plastic surgery, unaware of the dangerous consequences that would follow. In a reckless decision of her youth, Courtney sought out disreputable cosmetic facilities and chose to inject unknown substances into her body. She didn't research the ingredients or consider the risks. Her sole focus was achieving perfect beauty as quickly as possible. These injections took place in shabby hotel rooms, using poor quality equipment, and performed by individuals with little to no medical knowledge. The result was a series of unimaginable consequences that would change her life forever. When tumors began to appear and her skin started to change, Courtney had to confront a painful reality. The beauty that was once her pride had now turned into an obsession. The cosmetic procedures that were meant to enhance her appearance had instead become a burden. The pressure to maintain her looks made her feel like an object under constant scrutiny, leaving her feeling detached from her true self. What was once a symbol of beauty transformed into a living example of the unpredictable consequences of pursuing perfection. Guilt and mounting disappointment gradually robbed Courtney of any joy in looking at herself. Though she sought help from doctors, the results couldn't undo the damage she had inflicted on her body. Now, Courtney stands at a crossroads. Will she learn to accept herself and move forward? Or must she confront the lasting consequences of her past choices? Tyler Divig is a prime example of appearance obsession and vanity. Beginning his body modification journey at the age of 16, he transformed his face into a living sculpture, boasting a smooth forehead and a sharp jawline. Tyler proudly refers to himself as the real-life version of the Ken doll. His dedication to glamour doesn't end with his face. He has spent a staggering $85,000 to upgrade his entire body, constantly chasing a perfected version of himself. Dissatisfied with natural results, Tyler continued his physical transformation through muscle implant surgeries, opting for quick fixes instead of working out like others. He believed that muscle implants would rapidly help him achieve a bulky physique, surpassing the results of conventional training. However, each surgery seemed to only fuel his desire for more perfection, and soon, the fake muscle blocks began to show signs of abnormality, signaling the dangerous consequences of his relentless pursuit of an idealized body. The real warning came when Tyler started to feel alarming changes in his body. The muscle implants began to deform, losing their firmness and becoming loose. His nervous system reacted poorly, causing his heart to beat uncontrollably. After a series of chemical injections, Tyler's condition worsened, and his heart rate soared to 176 beats per minute. Doctors diagnosed him with a severe autonomic nervous system disorder, and Tyler was forced to rely on beta blockers to survive, facing the harsh consequences of his obsessive pursuit of perfection. Despite facing life-threatening danger, Tyler continued to share perfect images on social media. However, when confronted with the reality of death, he finally realized the value of natural beauty and decided to change his lifestyle, removing the implants. Now, Tyler understands that true beauty comes from self-acceptance. Do you agree? Comment 1 if you agree, 0 if you don't. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to the channel to support us. When Stacey Dahl was just 18 years old, she didn't just crave beauty. She wanted an extreme transformation. Instead of putting in the effort at the gym, she sought out dangerous shortcuts. Her first stop was a hotel in Miami, where there were no medical licenses, only unrealistic promises. There, Stacey allowed a stranger to inject unknown substances into her body, all in the hopes of achieving an immediate change, without considering the serious risks involved. The strange substance quickly turned into a nightmare that Stacey couldn't escape. It didn't remain in place, but instead moved along her spine, making each day feel like a battle. Stacey had to use her hands to push it down, as if it were a mass of liquid jelly, enduring constant pain and fear. Doctors warned that removing it would leave long, permanent scars. Yet despite the fear, Stacey couldn't stop herself from continuing her quest for the beauty she thought she would attain. Instead of stopping, Stacey continued to throw herself into more surgeries, from liposuction to breast implants and porcelain veneers. The amount of money she spent on these procedures eventually exceeded $100,000. Despite her family's strong opposition, her online friends encouraged her, further fueling her obsession. Stacey admitted that she had become addicted to the feeling of transforming her appearance, reveling in the polished look she created, even though the process was filled with chaos and danger. Looking back at her journey, Stacey describes herself as a real-life version of Frankenstein's monster, but in a more glamorous form. While she doesn't regret what she's done, even though the process drastically changed her, she always warns young girls about the dark side of illegal plastic surgery, how injections can destroy their bright futures. The limits of beauty are still a question Stacey is searching for an answer to, as she reflects on the costs of her pursuit of perfection. Sylvain Helene looked at his body and saw an empty canvas, a blank painting waiting to be filled. His decision was to cover his entire body with thick layers of black ink, not just ordinary tattoos, but a persistent and painful journey that spanned many years. From his palms and the soles of his feet to even his eyeballs, Sylvain transformed his body into a dark mass of color, symbolizing freedom and a deep connection with himself. His journey was not just about art, but also a psychological exploration of identity and self-expression. What surprises the world is Sylvain's profession. By day, he is an elementary school teacher, dedicated to educating his students. Although his appearance initially made some of them feel uneasy, they soon realized the warmth and love he has for them. Sylvain uses his own journey to teach his students about embracing differences and respecting each individual's uniqueness, fostering an inspiring and inclusive learning environment. His students love him for his knowledge, character, and dedication, not for his appearance. To achieve this look, Sylvain has spent over 40,000 euros on tattoo sessions. He refers to this process as rock tattooing, a journey of layering thick black ink to rebuild his essence. For him, it is not an act of rebellion, but a form of psychological therapy, helping him connect with himself through every needle prick. Sylvain continues to move forward with his transformation, even planning to tattoo his entire tongue black to complete his new self. His dedication to this art transcends societal standards, as he seeks to define his identity on his own terms. Despite being judged and criticized by those around him, Sylvain remains calm. He doesn't pay attention to the whispers and gossip because he is too focused on building his own personal philosophy. To him, the body is just an unfinished sketch, and black ink is the language through which he expresses his existence. Sylvain evolves every day, constantly striving for the perfection of his being. Do you agree that the body is a way to express oneself and creative freedom?
Comment 1 if you agree, 0 if you don't. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to the channel to support us. Amber Luke, at just 25 years old, has already acquired over 600 tattoos of varying sizes on her body. She split her tongue and even injected ink into her eyeballs, earning herself the nickname Blue-Eyed White Dragon. Every modification she makes is a powerful statement about freedom and self-affirmation. Amber doesn't want to blend into the dull crowd of society. Instead, she strives to express herself boldly and clearly. Her journey is one of individuality, personality, and breaking through conventional boundaries. However, Amber's journey has not always been easy. It stems from a painful past, where she struggled with severe depression since her teenage years. Tattooing became her way of rediscovering the meaning of life. Each tattoo on her body represents a mark of affirmation, a way for her to reclaim her existence and take ownership of her body. Through these changes, Amber feels she has gained complete control over what belongs to her, using art as a tool for healing and empowerment. Amber is not afraid to admit the extent of her spending on physical changes. She willingly spent $15,000 on a butt lift instead of dedicating time to working out. Her bluntness often leaves others stunned, especially her mother, who frequently sheds tears over the extreme changes. Despite the criticism, Amber remains unwavering in her belief in her decisions. No matter how harsh the judgment, she stands firm, knowing that she is living the life she chose. An interesting moment in Amber's journey came when she used makeup to hide her true self. Her lover couldn't even recognize her under the light layer of powder, and Amber chuckled at how ordinary she looked. To her, ordinariness is the scariest thing. She craves a life where her soul is deeply tattooed, a reflection of her true essence, without needing anyone's approval. Like a dragon, Amber soars freely, asserting herself in this world, unafraid of judgment and determined to live authentically. Alexandra, a mother of 3, views her skin as an endless canvas. Her body is covered in dense tattoos from head to toe, creating an impressive appearance that many mistake for a mysterious suit of black armor. However, behind this fierce exterior lies a painful journey spanning many years, with the goal of leaving not a single millimeter of bare skin. Each tattoo represents a chapter of her search for perfection, a personal expression of her inner transformation. Alexandra grew up in a family with a deep love for art, where her parents were the first to spark her passion for tattoos. They proudly displayed their own ink, which profoundly influenced Alexandra's perspective. To her, tattooing is not an act of rebellion, but a continuation of family values, a way to express herself and her heritage. She doesn't seek approval from society. Instead, she finds fulfillment and confidence in the choices she has made, embracing her tattoos as an extension of her identity. Meeting a husband who shared the same passion for tattoo art was a major turning point in Alexandra's life. Together, they pushed their limits, embracing the idea of tattooing their faces to fully assert their distinct personalities. For Alexandra, tattooing her face was not an act of bravery, but a way to live authentically and true to herself. The first tattoo she chose for her face, the word "mother," was not just a piece of art, but a deeply personal affirmation of her love and commitment to her children.
Despite receiving confused looks and rude comments from those around her, Alexandra always smiles and stays true to her chosen path. Her children love her for the care and dedication she gives them, not for her skin color or tattoos. Even though her appearance has changed, in her mother's eyes, she is still the same little girl. Alexandra proves that being a mother and loving tattoo art are not contradictory. Instead, they complement each other perfectly, helping to shape a complete and empowered woman. These stories are powerful lessons about the freedom to define oneself. They demonstrate that appearance or drastic physical changes do not determine a person's worth. Everyone has the right to choose their own image, but what truly matters is living authentically according to one's emotions and personal identity. Despite facing judgment, confidence and kindness are the key factors that help us shine and build a meaningful life. Thank you for watching the video until the end. If you found this story inspiring, don't forget to leave a like and share the video with your friends. If you haven't subscribed to the channel yet, make sure to hit the subscribe button so you don't miss out on more interesting and useful content. Please share your thoughts in the comments below, and if you agree with the message, comment 1, or if you disagree, comment 0. We'd love to hear your opinions. See you in the next videos.